Alright, back again, this time with Hunt for the Decepticons Voyager Sea Spray. Sea Spray and I have a lot of history. When I was born in the early 80s, I was really young and I didn't really get into G1 too much. I think I wasn't really a kid back then, more of a toddler and stuff. So when I really got into Transformers, it was in Generation 2. And within Generation 2, there was one Transformer above all of them that really live on in my heart today, and that was Sea Spray. How could you not like Sea Spray? Vacuum metal, blue, and when you transformed him, half his body was a boat and the other half was the big command center of the hovercraft. And he's got those crazy propellers that stick out of his shoulders too. So I thought he was just a really good character. Unfortunately, Sea Spray had one too many bath time missions, and I don't know where he went. His body, or even the whole vehicle actually, could still be at my grandma's place, but I haven't been there in a while to really check. So when I heard about the Voyager version, I jumped on it. I had to get the Sea Spray. So here he is, Sea Spray. Sea Spray, like his G2 and G1 counterparts, is a blue and white hovercraft, and he's mostly that coloration too. He's got some more gray on him right here than the or yellow, gold, whatever, on the regular hovercraft mode, and he's got these two missile launchers on the side as well. He's got this texture. He's got this texture on his pontoon part that look really good and really gives the feel of a nice hovercraft. He rolls around on four wheels really well, and he's also got these posable nacelles here, which are the propulsion system of the hovercraft. And they can also bend down like this, but that's part of the transformation joint. But this is usually what the gimmick is right here. He's minimally painted. Most of it is just the plastic. He's got these silver ladders. I don't know what they are on the side right here. Silver parts right here. Silver here. Gray and black here. And he's also that he remembers his name because he has it printed on the vehicle right here, Sea Spray. Now it's CSP. It could mean whatever. I don't know. It's got the Autobot symbol right here, but I think it's kind of a nice touch. It gives it a feel of a civilian vehicle rather than the military vehicle. Transformation on this. Oh, one thing to note before the transformation: when you first get Sea Spray, notice how the ramp is angled up. You're actually not going to get it like this. The bed is going to come like this. I actually had to mod it, get the Dremel tool in, and kind of cut away a little bit of plastic to make it like this. That way, that when you put a scout vehicle in the bed, it's not going to, fall right off like this when you have it kind of rolling around. So if you don't like cutting your plastic, not much you can really do about fixing the ramp other than cutting it away. So the transformation is very simple. For Voyager that I've seen, just take out the missile launchers first, and usually the first thing that you all want to do is detach the legs. Next, go up here. Next, you want to take this part right here, fold the ramp down, fold these parts over, rearrange the jets, fold this back down. There's going to be this peg right here that pegs into this hole. Peg it in. And bingo, Sea Spray. Ooh, I really like this sea spray. Not only is this figure a remake of one of my favorite Transformers ever, it's also a really good figure too. It's big and chunky, and he's got the look of a badass diver. I guess divers can be pretty badass too when you look at Sea Spray. He's got not much more coloration in here except for more of this gold, well, brownish yellow looking plastic on him. He's got the propellers once again as in the classic model, and he's still got his name and identification like a badge, like a worker's badge, I guess, on him. I love the way he looks as far as his legs go. He has kind of he's got that reverse joint style, but they work really well. They got a lot of posability on him. You can go like this with his feet. His arms also have a wide range of posability. You can kind of go, you can make him do a swimming pose. And his head, actually, it's not on a ball, but his head has a hinge that goes up like this, and he's got a swivel on his neck as well. You can probably see his light piping is actually really damn cool. You can already see it like right here, and I love the way this light piping works. The missile launchers can either be held in Sea Spray's hands, like this, both hands, or the same holes that you could plug them in the vehicle mode, you can plug them into this mode as well. I typically like him in this mode. That way it kind of gives it helps free up his arms, and it makes him look pretty cool too. One of the gimmicks of this particular figure is that because the Sea Spray is supposed to be an aquatic robot, he's got flippers. The flippers look really crappy, I have to admit, but it does add some extra playability and some theme to the character. You can really give him a bit of a swimming pose too, as you can see right here. And from what I've read, this was actually Hasbro's intention to do for Sea Spray. So I really like this figure. And I'm going to have to admit here that I would recommend this figure all based upon my Sea Spray biases. I genuinely think that he's a really good figure. He's really chunky in his robot mode, and although that his vehicle mode, you can see his head, and he doesn't have a lot of substance to him. Because of the scale issues, he only really works with Breacher. But other than that, I really like this figure, and I think that if you're looking for a figure, if you don't have any aquatic themed figures, then really Sea Spray is a good one to start with. I really wholly recommend this figure. And that's it. Next review is going to be the Star Wars Transformers crossover figure that impressed me a lot.